double for double lift, and the Thieves are drowning. Liquid will look for the win right here.
What's up, everyone? Zirene here. This week on The Breakdown, we'll be taking a look at the final game of the NA LCS Spring Final matchup between Team Liquid and 100 Thieves. This game highlights how playing around your own and the enemy's win conditions can turn the tides of a game. 100 Thieves have a team set up to split push using a 1-3-1 formation. Some days Gnar will threaten turrets, while Ryu's Rise will use his teleport and semi-global advantage to outmaneuver anyone who answers him in a side lane. Team Liquid have a team set up to engage and pick off members of 100 Thieves in rotation or hard engage onto them while a split push is occurring. Because they also have a lot of pick potential with this composition, it is important for TL to control vision to increase the pressure on 100 Thieves split pushers. The game starts off well for 100 Thieves as they set up Someday to take over with a double kill, just 4.5 minutes in. This play also results in Impact having no flash or teleport, giving Someday an even larger advantage. 100T have the perfect setup to win the game, but they don't. It's because of small mistakes and Team Liquid using vision to find openings and prevent 100T's win condition from ever taking off. Let's get into it. After returning to lane, Impact is about to be dove again. Ryu has an item advantage mid via his teleport, and Pobelter has to back. So Ryu uses minion dematerializer to instantly clear a cannon minion and spread his spell flux to enable his roam. Ryu then runs up to the top lane to dive the flashless Impact. As the dive occurs, Ryu uses spell flux on a minion when approaching, and then doesn't use it before casting Rune Prison on Impact, so he's only rooted for 0.75 seconds instead of 2. This allows Impact to cast Twisted Advance before Someday's Gnar and successfully dodges the stun and damage that would come out. Someday takes 5 turret shots and has to drop turret aggro. As he backs up, Meteos arrives to finish off the dive, but Someday overplays and he draws aggro once more by using his boulder toss. He doesn't realize that the turret is on him fast enough and dies despite trying to leap away. This may seem small, but it actually has a large effect on the game. Because after reviving, Someday wants to keep the pressure on Impact, and he uses his teleport advantage to go back to top lane, and this leaves his bottom lane wide open. As TL finish off the Drake, a lane ward that was placed earlier by TL spots Aphromoo backing, and that's when Ole pounces. TL rush towards Cody's Sun and get both of his summoner spells. This further creates an opening on the bottom side of the map for Team Liquid, as there is now no longer a way for the Fed Someday to join any fight on the bot side, and the likelihood of the dive succeeding there is much higher now without Cody's Sun's flash up. Impact gets killed again on the top side, but Xmithy is there to get another counter kill, giving much needed golden experience over to Impact. Someday gets solo gold from the turret, and he's now 1,800 gold up, and he's sporting a black cleaver to just the components from Impact. Here, Someday could potentially freeze this minion wave and deny minions from Impact, but instead he opts to keep the pressure on. But so does Team Liquid on the opposite side of the map. As Ryu dips to the top side to get his blue buff, this signals to TL that Meteos and Ryu are topside, and Someday has no teleport, so he can't contribute in a bot lane dive. Doublelift opens up with Curtain Call as Pobelter and Xmithy roam down through the jungle, and they kill off the duo lane of 100 Thieves with ease. 100T then want to counterattack and use the low HP turret on the bottom lane to bait TL in, but TL back up, they regroup, and look to fight again as they barely had to use anything to get the kills on Cody and Afro. Xmithy flashes after Ryu, and both him and Ole throw out their ultimates to kill him. Someday is late to this fight because he still doesn't have teleport from earlier, and 100T back off after they realize there's no way for them to win this. The bottom lane turret also drops in favor of TL during this time, and the gold is practically even now. As Someday returns to the top lane and is about to have his teleport back up, he opts once again to not freeze this enormous wave in front of him and wants to push it out to keep Impact in the top lane. Impact used his TP in the previous fight, so keeping him in a spot where he's left farming minions prevents him from showing up at the Infernal Drake in 1 minute. As Someday clears out the wave, Impact uses this time to check for wards in his jungle. He finds 2 control wards and kills them, freeing up Pobelter's route into the top side. Impact goes back top to get the minion wave, and Someday wards the Tri-Brush, but this ward is too shallow for the gank. This second death from Someday is another huge moment in the game. Impact has no teleport, so if Someday were to stay alive, there would be no way for Impact to answer Someday's split push and show up at the Infernal Drake. But Team Liquid went to the source of the global and shut down the Gnar right in time for them to be able to walk all the way across the map with Impact and pick up the Infernal Drake. This also ends up with Someday blowing his teleport again for no gain. With the team falling behind, 100 Thieves go into their 1-3-1 formation. The two major components of executing a split push composition are to first have a lead on at least one of your split pushers so they can win their matchup, but to also have deep vision in the enemy jungle to enable those split pushers to see incoming collapses and stay safe while they're pressuring. 100 Thieves have the lead on their main split pusher, but because of the bottom lane focus from Team Liquid, they don't have the vision to enable him. Aphromoo completes his support quest 4 minutes later than Olay, and he hasn't back to restock up on wards. As he does back, he's spotted out by a ward that was placed earlier, which gives TL the information that they can push into the jungle aggressively and threaten the split push from Someday. Because Someday doesn't have deep vision, he doesn't spot Xmithy until Xmithy is already in position to reach him with Predator, so Someday has to flash. This shuts down a lot of pressure from Someday in the matchup, because even if he gets the vision he needs to split push, he is now down a summoner spell that would be used to escape lane ganks. In order for 100 Thieves to start getting vision control back, Aphromoo goes to Baron to place a ward, but he gets picked off by Team Liquid's superior vision. With Aphromoo dead, the top side of the map is completely dark, and Ryu too is picked off, and he also blows a crucial flash, and now the pressure from the other 100 Thieves split pusher is lowered as well. Sensing the calamity of the situation, Meteos goes for a desperate play. He runs down bottom to once again try to tap into Someday's lead for leverage. But as he goes into the bush, the other 4 members of TL rush into the 100 Thieves bottom side jungle and they ward it up. Aphromoo can only place shallow vision down, as he doesn't want to face check a jungle that could be full of TL members. And this shallow ward gives little to no information to 100 Thieves. They have no idea where TL are. Meteos can't jump on Impact because the possibility that all 4 members of TL are still in the jungle is relatively high, and that they would be able to reinforce Impact and kill both Meteos and Someday. But when the Drake dies, this gives info over to 100 Thieves on the location of TL. Meteos waits, and once he believes that enough time has passed and TL is most likely back, he goes for the play. But 100 Thieves didn't finish their recalls, and both Xmithy and Pobelter run over to help Impact. And now with Meteos dead, TL reset, run to the Baron, and take the objective before Meteos can even be there. Looking back, Team Liquid played the map perfectly. Someday was crushing top lane, and when he overplayed, died, and as a result used his TP, TL were able to focus the bottom lane without worry. The wards from Team Liquid gave them the information on when Aphromoo backed, and the ganks down bottom delayed his support quest long enough to enable a vision advantage for TL in the mid game. This advantage meant TL got to control the map, make picks, and play to their win condition, all while 100 Thieves couldn't ward up and protect their own win condition. Team Liquid would go on to win the series 3-0, take the title of NA LCS champion, and represent NA at the Midseason Invitational. Hey everyone, Zirene here. If you see a play that you think deserves a breakdown, tweet at me at LOLZirene and use the hashtag #TheBreakdown.